guys, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a new book that I found. We already know that the American Bully amongst French Bulldogs are plagued, it feels like, with allergies, and the worst allergy is skin. Now, here's the thing. During season, there's a seasonal allergy thing, and unfortunately, our dogs, just like us, always go through a flu phase right around that 21st of September, aka summer to fall. And then from fall to winter, I'm like, bro, I'm getting sick, but I'm not sick. I don't have aches, but I don't feel well, and you're just like, it's just I got bad allergies. So I was reading this book, and it, for one, took me back to a point that Chris Moore made. Chris knows a guy who couldn't get a dog pregnant. Guess what he did? Liquid vitamins and minerals. Vitamin and mineral, we call it therapy in a sense, is so important, and beyond a reasonable doubt, you can't make me believe that the dogs are meeting or getting minimal, let alone balance minerals and vitamins in that dog food. They're just not. So one of my favorite things, as you guys probably know, I used to do this all the time. I used to poach eggs for the dogs, man. And why did I poach eggs? Because Dr. Karen Becker and Rodney Habib, they did a video on talking about protein availability and the fact that in poached eggs, that's where eggs yield the highest level of protein, aka amino availability, possible. So I said, you know what, especially during the puppies, what was I doing? Poaching eggs and giving them oatmeal. So one of the tricks to simplify my life so I don't have to do this every day is I bought something that gives me basically if I put 2 eggs in each one of these, this is 20 eggs. Well, guess how many eggs are in here? 24 eggs. So I can now prepare 24 eggs. The dogs are only eating 4 times a week, and those 24 eggs roughly will last me, because they only get 2 eggs a meal or 1 egg a meal, over a 2-week time frame. Meal prep. This thing freezes, and the beauty about this plastic stuff, you can just pop it right out. I've used it before. We've done protein balls amongst many other things. And get this, because I'm only putting what in a gig here, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to add sardines, canned sardines to it. So I'm going to prepare a meal for the dogs tonight, show you guys what I'm doing, and then show you the book that I'm reading and some things that he said in the book. This is a doctor. It says pet remedies for an epidemic. And it's an epidemic because people just keep breeding and breeding and breeding, and you're not considering quality of life. The quality of life, a lot of times, I know when I get itchy or throats get scratchy or you just get irritable. And think about your dog. Same irritability. I watched Eco chewing himself this morning. I said, man, I wonder what that's like. Like, I wonder what's going through his head and what's happening for him to lick himself the way he's licking himself and then chew at his feet, the back of his legs, etc. Something must be going on, and it's triggering how much more can I learn to help that dog have a better life. So prepare some meal. Tonight's meal is rooted in objectively fat and health. And then, of course, making sure that it's nutrient dense. Stay tuned, people. I was going to tell you the book. This book doesn't come in super fast, but it's called Pet Allergies Remedies for an Epidemic. God bless you. Now, here's the funny thing. Over the years, I have had just so-so results with vitamin therapy. Allergies have not responded very well at all. In fact, supplementation with B-complex vitamins can frequently make allergies worse. The reason: yeast is the most common commercial source of natural B-complex vitamins, and yeast is a leading allergen. If you supplement B-complex, you are probably better off with a synthetic form. Now, guys, I could read the paragraphs as I've been reading. I've been reading through this book, and I have a lot to get through and highlight and go back and jot down. What protein, what source of food has a high level of vitamin B or enough? Eggs. Eggs have good sources of vitamin B. If you're doing raw, meaning like completely raw, guess what else? Cow eyeballs. The eyeball actually has a lot of B vitamins in it, and I believe fish too, but cow eyeballs. And what else? Eggs. One of the things I've left out of the dog's meals for the past 60 days, eggs. Guess what? Eggshells. We did a video on that for you guys. Eggshells have what? Calcium. Calcium's good for almost everything, we're being honest, especially what's going on in a dog's body. So this is a poached egg. As I said before, Dr. Karen Becker and Ronnie did a whole breakdown of the benefits of a poached egg. I've now frozen upwards of 20 eggs. You can see for yourself as watch this on. And mind you, I'm a poach specialist, so as you see, these eggs ain't cracking, but if I crack them, they cracking. Now get this, remember we talked about this too, because what is vinegar good for? You want me to look it up and show you? That right there is water and vinegar. If I had time to cool it down, vinegar does what? It helps keep the liver and various things cleansed in the body. Matter of fact, I got my phone right here. Let's just take a look so I can read to you exactly what's going on. Benefits of vinegar for dogs. So everything, kind of like if you live in a, out in the wild per se, which we're not. We're in a home with air conditioning and peace. I keep hitting V or C instead of V. Benefit of vinegar for dogs. Relieve your dog's itching, repels fleas and ticks, and can be used as an ear cleanser. And now this has got apple cider vinegar specifically. ACV can also help, and this is apple cider vinegar is what they're saying. Help your dog internally as well. Can help regulate blood sugar levels. It's great for heart health and your dog, and it can help prevent toxic bacteria from gaining a foothold. Now normally, if I'm being honest, I gotta be honest and say I use white vinegar this time, but we have a jug of apple cider. I think Cat got it, but there you go. There it is. That's all I had to do was use that one. And that in itself would have also benefited the dog. So all of it can be repurposed. You don't have to have a specific vinegar when you're boiling vinegar and water to do poached eggs. You don't have to have a specific vinegar. And as you can see, look here, this is 24 eggs. It might be, I mean, I just poached all those eggs, people. Jamarcus helped me do a batch, but all the eggs have been there's one egg left. And guess what? Tron likes eggs, so he can eat it and eat it raw. But that's 24 eggs that we just made. These one will be frozen, and I'll give them to her over the week. You just saw in itself that a lot of times when you use synthetic vitamins, what ends up happening, you can cause more problems with the dog. And we don't want to do that, so stay tuned. I'm gonna put these meals together, show you my little feeding time. We're gonna go from there, people. Guys, nutrition, I think it plays a huge role. Socrates, let that food be thy medicine. If we look at and we start studying cultures, one thing rooted in culture is care. When you think about the Indian culture, when you think about the Asian culture, you think about a community of people that are like this, they're tight. They're kind of tight. Unfortunately, when you think about our people, we're divided. That's the truth. And I believe that the dogs are bringing some of us together, and I've even encouraged and created, some inspiration around people who've never owned dogs, thinking, man, I want a dog because of this guy one day. Point is, we're breeding to better dogs, and bettering the dogs, we need to be more informed. To be more informed, we have to test things out and learn all that we can, and every dog poses a different issue. Allergies are a real thing. Stay tuned. Take care of your dogs, people. Learn all you can.